Rovers, an absolutely massive match. Why is it massive? Well, the visitors have to win today to stand any chance of staying in league title contention. Jansen Fu in charge of this one, assisted by Ronnie Ko and Kasi Gopikana. Mohammad Taufik Tana is the fourth official. Could be a feisty one, who knows? Abhirami Naidu and Manoj Kalwani are the VAR officials. So Albirex Niigata have made a whopping 6 changes. That is probably the record number of changes made by coach Kazuaki Yoshinaga after their 5-0 demolition of Young Lions last time. Hassan Sani returns between the sticks. Koki Kawachi, central defender. Asahi Yokokawa, who is a very versatile player, returns, as does Shuto Komaki, Seiya Kunori and Tadanari Lee. So 6 changes made by this man, who will feel quietly confident about things at the moment and how they are panning out for Albirex Niigata. For Tampines Rovers, it's 2 changes after that really demoralising last gasp defeat in the Eastern Derby against Geylang International, conceding in the 97th minute. In that match, Irfan Najib was sent off, and he's replaced by Ryan Sanizal in defence. The big miss, though, the one that stuck out, is Boris Kapitovic up front. He looked to have sustained a shoulder injury just before half-time. He is on the bench, which might surprise a few given the nature of that injury, and is replaced by Taufik Suparno up top. Gavin Lee is just looking to one match at a time, but this one's got to be the most important one in the run in Roshan, because it is nothing less than a win. Otherwise, you're really hoping for, well, you're already hoping for other results to go your way, given that Albirex have a match in hand.
They have a game in hand, they've got that 3-point cushion, and they've got a superior goal difference, way superior goal difference over Tampines. So they've already got that extra bit over them in that sense, and they've got nice cushion over the last few weeks or so. Having said that, they'll come into this game still wanting to make a statement, wanting to go on and try and win this if they can. There's Boris Kopitovic, who will be a big miss for Tampines Rovers this evening. He's on the bench alongside Zlatkovic, who's also been a player that they've missed in central defence. I have to say, Tampines, I think, have had a very good season, and even when we talk about the things that they've lacked, lacking goals in midfield, lacking the ability to kill teams off at times this campaign, it's just because you spot these things that you want to try and see them develop over the next year or so as they become, you know, sort of continual title challenges in the SPL. I think they've done a great job with the resources that they have, Tampines Rovers, and they still could have a big say in the title race this evening against Albirex Niigata, but the pressure is all on the away side.
Massive here, as you say, on Tampines Rovers. How will they react to this one? And already problems. Tadanari Lee advancing out to Kanori. He's scored what must be the earliest goal, the quickest goal of this season. What a time for it to come. Seiya Kunori. The nightmare start for Tampines Rovers, and a dream beginning for Albirex.
Well, so much for all those plans to sit back and try and frustrate Albirex Niigata. They're done. 10 seconds in, and Seiya Kunori gets his 13th goal of the season. A good finish as well. A big mistake right at the back from Shah Shahiran it was. Far too casual on the ball. And yeah, I mean, if you're Gavin Lee, just have a look at this. This is so poor from Tampines right from the start. Casually back into him by Nakamura. Gets held up on the pitch. Tadanari Lee takes it away from him. And Kunori there with the finish. Just bounces over the goalkeeper, kind of hits it into the ground really, which takes it away from Ridwan Barudin. It's a bit of a deflection there, I think, as well, from Shuya Yamashita. How about that for a start in a big game like this?
You talked about the pressure on Tampines Rovers, and I wonder if that's already told on them. They are still not back. They've not regathered, they've not regrouped. Is there a problem here? There is.
Yeah, there was a coming together there, I think, between Shah and Yamashita, as they're both trying to prevent that effort from Kunori going in. So Kunori hasn't scored in his last 5 games. Back on the score sheet. The number 10 opening the scoring 10 seconds in. Has there been a...
I wonder if that's one of the quickest goals ever
yeah.
in the SPL. Forget this season. But it was the nature of the goal that's really going to upset Gavin Lee.
Yeah. Kick off again, another chance for Albirex perhaps. And this time they decide to go a little bit longer.
Well, that might be the way forward, literally and figuratively, for Tampines Rovers, who are now trailing so early on. And
this is why it is absolutely useless to ask a pundit for his score predictions, because a game of football is a series of random events.
True.
And something like that happens and the complexion of the game changes.
Which is why I didn't.
Well done.
But what was funny was I did ask you the nature of this game, and we both agreed I think it was going to be tight. We felt that, you know, Tampines also had to be secure, wanted to try and get them on transition. Oh well.
Not anymore, it's going to be tight. I think Tampines would have wanted that, but Albirex Niigata now have the first goal. And again, it's that cliche in football, the goals change games. The complexion of the match will completely shift now.
This is what coaches cannot legislate for. Best laid plans can very quickly go up in smoke. They have to just regroup. Saifullah there. There's Joel Chu. So we'll flip between the lines as he often does. Ryan Sanizal looking for Taufik Suparno in for Boris Kapitovic. Tadanari Lee, by the way. Oh, what a goal! Tadanari Lee let that run across. Sorry, Sekunori. Apologies. Well, that might well be the best of the bunch this season for Sekunori, who doesn't score in 5, but now has 2 inside 4 minutes.
Oh, wait.
Oh, has the flag gone up there?
Oh, what a finish that was. But has the flag gone up?
Well,
oh, dear.
Yeah, it has. Oh, we're just getting word of the check here. Now, have a look. Oh, we can't probably... It looks... Depends on when the ball is delivered, Roshan, but what a finish.
Yeah. When it's played, it's difficult to see from that angle. You don't have a look at when it's played and when that run is made, but it's such a close call.
Oh, you hope for him
whether,
that it's given, right? Because that's the quality of that finish.
The finish was outstanding. I mean, incredible finish from Seiya Kunori.
The reason why I was actually had Tadanari Lee on the mind, Roshan, as you scored that goal. I was about to ask you, how good was that steal of Shashairan? Because he still had to do that, right? As you say, it was a bit casual, but to set it up. Oh, well, this is given. Seiya Kunori has his second of the match. What is going on with Tampines Rovers here?
What a goal. Now that it's officially been given, we can properly talk about it. Look at that. Ball over the top. His eyes are on the ball all the way through. He doesn't look away for a second at all. Look at that, pure focus. He's looking at it over his shoulder. He knows what he's going to do the moment it drops. He doesn't even need to look at Ridwan's positioning there.
Go across the keeper and hope.
Go across,
see what happens,
over
right?
him.
Yep.
Beautiful finish.
That might be one of the outstanding goals of the 2023 season. Russia, we had not even 4 minutes on the clock when that went in. Do you fear now for Tampines Rovers?
Yeah, this could get real bad real quick. 2 goals in 4 minutes for Albirex Niigata. And whatever game plan was laid out in the whole week of training, all that talk pre-match, that's pretty much all gone out the window.
Well, this is remarkable. As they come forward again, it's a penalty! No hesitation, Jansen Fu. Well, this is This is one of the most bizarre starts to a match I think I've ever watched in Singapore's top flight.
And
Crowd can't believe it either.
This is the top 2 in the league.
Right. This could be the quickest hat trick and the fastest hat trick. That's come off Kyogo Nakamura.
Yep, his arms extended away from his body. And that's always taking a risk in those situations. Referee had no hesitation. Picked it out, immediately pointed to the spot, made his call. It will be looked at, but I don't think it's a clear and obvious error. I think he's well within his rights to award a penalty there.
I mean, he was definitive, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Pointing to the spot. Seyi Kunori is on the verge here of a hat-trick. It's a save! Oh, the drama continues. Ridwan Bahruddin saves from Seyi Kunori's penalty.
That's a great save from Ridwan. That's a really good save. And Kunori tries to put it in the corner. Doesn't get enough elevation on it. If he's going to send it high, then it has to go a little bit higher than that. Otherwise, keep it low. But still, Ridwan has got to read that, and he's read that to perfection. You can see him focusing on the kicker's sort of hips, the angle of the approach, how he makes contact with that. And you can already see before Kunori actually makes contact, Ridwan actually took one step to the left to try and help him on his way before he pushed across to make that save.
Well, that could be a very, very key save from Ridwan Bahruddin. Of course, he's in for Shazwan Buhari at the moment, but look, if they're going to look back at this match and somehow Tampines get something out of it, that could have been a pivotal moment. But there are big problems at the moment in the big picture, Roshan.
Yeah. I mean, it's been all Albirex.
Another chance here! Well, it was more of a bundle in, wasn't it, than a kind of finish that was required at that far post.
They're looking really rattled here. It was Koki Kawachi, the number 4. He's already scored 5 goals this season.
He's a free scoring defender, isn't he?
He's got the same number of goals as Shuto Komaki, who's an attacking player. And up till recently, he had the same number of goals as Tadanari Lee. He was only just 1 ahead of him on 6.
But I think that doesn't quite tell the full story of what Tadanari Lee does, right?
Yeah,
linking up plays
yeah,
so
link up
beautifully.
Play, really intelligent in how he plays his part and brings others into the game.
Another corner here for Albirex Niigata. They are pounding this Tampines goal at the moment. That one goes out of play. I'm not even sure Tampines, I think they very, very briefly have crossed the halfway line. Maybe just once so far. It has all been pretty much one-way traffic. Here's that penalty.
Have a look at Ridwan. He's looking, watching the kicker, steps one before the kick is taken. I don't think there's an issue there with his, he's got at least 1 foot on or over the line. No issue there. But he knows where it's going. It's been telegraphed. He reads it really well, I think, Ridwan Bahruddin.
Here's Taufik Sapano up the other ends. Can they get a quick one back? But cross does eventually get to Yasser. He's got Nakamura here. We'll be looking to make amends after that handball. Back to Yasser. Joel Chu available if he wants. Glenn Quay. Now Shah Shahiran. Some time on the ball. This is exactly what Tampines will need right now.
Exactly what they need at this point. You know, we haven't seen anything from them. Albirex have got that 2-goal cushion, and already they were on the side who need to come into this taking the risk, taking the chances. Now it just goes their way even more.
Yasser, was he pushed off the ball? No. That was Kawachi. Easy one there for Hassan Sani. about as much time as they've had so far on the ball, Tampines Rovers.
Yeah, it didn't have anyone attacking the far side of the penalty area because of how Tampines like to play. They get players in those central positions, like to overload the opposition in that area of the pitch so they can keep a hold of the ball and control things in there. There's a quick ball in from Faris, and even Taufik, actually have a think back to that ball that was played by Faris, was over on the left-hand side, drifting across there.
Foul, referee. Let's play continue there. Saifullah. Faris Rumley's not really been getting into this game just yet, but frankly, most of Tampines Rovers haven't either. Glenn Quay. Bit more familiarity about the way that Tampines playing now when they have the ball, Roshan.
Yeah, this is Tampines Rovers. They're very comfortable in possession, players rotating positions, occupying spaces in between the lines. They do know how to create opportunities. They just haven't been able to always this season make the most of them. But Albirex, I think right now also quite happy to just, you can see them just sitting back in their own half. Now he's got a lot of work to do with the depleted side. Without their first choice goalkeeper, without their first choice right back, and their first choice centre forward. I touched on this as well in the pre-match build-up about how without Zlatkovic, for example, he's also lacking his first choice central defender.
Yeah.
Shah Shahiran then has to fill in central defence, and that takes him away from central midfield. And then that changes the overall sort of balance of the team somewhat.
Oh, is that a penalty? No. Jansen Fu feels no foul on Faris Rumley. There is a player down here for Albirex.
Just a quick note on Shah as well. Remember when Tampines were looking very good, he was playing in central midfield alongside Nakamura, and those were the two controllers in that department. Wow, that's going to be an interesting one to look at. Faris getting to the ball ahead of Yokokawa before taking contact and going down, and then there's a bit of a follow-through there from Taufik Suparno on Kishimoto. Oh, decision to be made here. There is that check going on.
Kind of went up before he went down. I don't know whether sometimes that colours a referee's thinking.
Could be a way back for Tampines if they are given a penalty here.
I'm sure the neutrals out there are hoping for that, just to make things interesting. Taufik Suparno just checking there.
You just have a look at this, Faris, as he shifts it away from Yokokawa. There's a stamp there. There you go.
Oh, yeah,
I think that's enough. That's enough, I think, for me to award a penalty. If that was missed by the referee,
clear and obvious for you, right?
I'd be advising a review of this. There you go. Gets it away, and there's a stamp. Left on his right boot. So, a big moment coming up.
Well, this would give them a real way back into the match. Still holding on. It looked to certainly be a fair bit of contact there. Jansen Fu now. Looks like it. Now, is he just getting things ready in case that play continues, or was he saying, I've overruled it?
There you go.
He's going to have the review now. And that bodes well, perhaps, for Tampines Rovers. There was a very good angle there, wasn't there, that showed when they slowed it down.
Yeah.
You can see the foot on Faris Rumley.
It was clear to me. Now look at that. Faris gets it away from Yokokawa. There's a stamp.
There you go.
For sure.
Yeah. So the skipper there from Albirex Looks to be a foul on Faris Rumley. It's been paused right at the moment as well. Here we go again.
I just want to explain to people out there who might be saying, oh, it's been slowed down. And so you are allowed to slow it down. There's nothing against that. The only time you sort of have it going through at full pace is when you want to judge force of impact. But there's no need to look at force of impact here.
Right.
It's just about contact, establishing that factually there was that contact there. And there was a foul there. And in my opinion, there was a foul. I feel it should be a penalty, but we'll see what the referee decides. I mean, he's the man in the middle. All that matters is his call.
If it is indeed a penalty, the main man isn't there to take it.
Yeah.
Boris Kapitovic. So who does? Yasser Hanapi?
He's an option.
Yeah.
Faris is an option. Nakamura, who hits the ball well, but
yeah.
hasn't been on the score sheet on too many occasions this season. No, he wants to make absolutely sure.
It's a vital moment.
He's just confirming his decision with the VAR as well, what he's going to give.
Penalty is given. A route back in perhaps now for Tampines Rovers. Yasser Hanapi has the ball in hand. Another crucial moment. This is already so much going on. Up against someone he knows very, very well in Hassan Sani. Can he repeat the heroics at the other end from Ridwan Baruddin? Yasser is in a rich vein of form recently. In front of goal. And he makes no mistake. A glimmer of hope for Tampines Rovers.
Yeah, really well taken. Good penalty put away by Yasser Hanapi. And that gives Tampines Rovers, that's a huge goal. It gives them a way back into this one. You see, have a look at the disguise he puts on here, sending Hassan Sani the wrong way. He just opens up, and then as he makes contact, he closes his foot to send it the other way. Really well taken penalty. Kept his cool.
Well, that is massive. And we just talked about that penalty save as well from Ridwan, how important that could be.
Yeah, if that had gone in, 3-0. Big save from Ridwan, making that contribution there. I don't think he really had a chance with the first two goals.
And Rushan, that kind of came off the back, that penalty came off the back of finally some concerted possession from Tampines Rovers as well.
Well, it's taken them a bit of time to get going in this one, but finally starting to just move the ball around a little bit better with that confidence.
7th goal of the season for Yasser Hanapi. As I mentioned, is really just started to come to the fore with goal scoring. Certainly for the neutrals out there, becomes more of a contest now. Faris now. He's got the man in front of him, Yokokawa, who fouled him for the penalty. Gets the cross in. That is Boris Kapitovic territory, isn't it, to attack that kind of cross? Yamashita. Oh, that's beautiful from Yasser. Not so much from Taufik Subarno.
A lovely touch from Yasser Hanapi. He's been in a good run of form recently. He's got a beautiful free kick in the last game. He's got a penalty as well, as he's done here. Mashita is getting his head up. Great awareness, wonderful technique. Back heel right into the path of Taufik Suparno. Only had one thing on his mind.
We have a goal in the other game, and Jalan Besar Stadium Gazlo, who doesn't start very often for Geylang but has done so in recent matches, scores against DPMM. Free kick here for Albirex.
Well, from a neutral's perspective, this 2-1 is so much better than a 3-0. I mean, we want to see the top two really going at it.
Well, I think the last time you said top two was just after Albirex were awarded the third, and you were saying this is the top two sides in Singapore.
This is much better now.
This is probably more reflective,
yep.
Right? So what were your predictions?
Didn't give one.
I'll tell you what, if anyone had tried to predict this, I'm not sure they quite would have had it at 2-1 at the midway point of the first half.
Yep. And certainly not how it's sort of panned out.
Yeah.
A goal after 10 seconds, a couple of penalties.
Oh, that's tipped over quite nonchalantly in the end by Ridwan Baradin.
Shuto Komaki with the effort. Good attempt from the number 7. Had quite a bit of time at the top of the box as well, just to set himself up here for this. Fell nicely, straight down the middle.
That's deep. Put out a play by Ryan Sanizal, corner on the other side.
Just didn't quite get his body shape right there, Ryan Sanizal. Just got enough of a head on it.
Yeah, post. Away by Yasser Hanapi. Flag had gone up for Junki Yoshimura, but Ridwan knocks the ball out of the air. Here's Glenn Quay for Tampines Rovers. This match now far more of a spectacle. Yamashita. Here's Yasser Hanapi.
Now you look at the black shirts in the middle there. They've got 5 essentially in there, and that leaves Ryan Sanizal all alone down the right. But they're always looking to try and find Faris on the left if they can.
Oh, he's done well, isn't he? He's looked good when he's on the ball. Glenn Quay. Oh, he's found his way in! Ryan Sanizal! That little bit of space gets past Hassan Sunny. This game cannot take your eyes off it. Tampines Rovers have equalised through the man who's come in today for Irfan Najib.
That is an excellent finish from Ryan Sanizal. A young man who's not played much football this season, not made too many starts, but look at him, just there identifying the area that he needed to go on and attack. I said he was all alone down the right, had to get forward into the advanced area. Saifullah, who started out in front of him, has already pushed into a central position, vacating that space for Ryan Sanizal to come across. Keto Haria just goes to sleep. He's ball watching, but that is still taking nothing away from him with that finish. Squeezed in like that at the near post.
I was just about to say to you as well, I wonder, you know, Haria has barely played this season, Rushan, and he's in for Shofua, the more regular left back.
Yeah, and Haria, you know, filling in at left back. Shofua is normally, right. Yeah, and then Haria normally plays either central defense or a defensive midfield role. Here they come again. Wow, what a turnaround.
Glenn Quay. That should be a goal kick, but this has been a remarkable match. First goal of the campaign, Ryan Sanizal. Might not be a more important one so far in his fledgling career. The 21-year-old, who, as Roshan mentioned, doesn't get much match time. This is only his second start of the entire campaign.
It was a really good ball put in by Glenn Quay as well. There have been too many occasions this season where Glenn Quay has gotten into good areas down the left-hand side, but the delivery of that ball into the box hasn't quite been up to mark. That's much better. There was a very good cross played in. And how Tampines worked that as well, they shifted it from one side of the pitch to the other, tried to drag that Albirex Niigata defence over across with them, creating that little bit of space for Ryan Sanizal to then try and go and exploit. Ryan Sanizal had to get there, had to have the presence of mind to go and join in the attack and try and make a nuisance of himself.
They've got the bit between the teeth, haven't they now? Tampines Rovers. And I think he's been outstanding there, the number 7, Yasser Hanapi. He might have just hurt himself, but he's putting absolutely everything into this, leading from the front as a captain.
I think he's been making up big time for his side after that sending off against the Lion City Sailors.
Making up for that, you think?
I think so. Yeah. I think that's it's got to be part of it. I think he knows he let his side down in that game. Yeah, he's really stepped up and made a big contribution over the last few match weeks.
Yokokawa, little touch on! Oh, that is so crucial! Tadanari Lee! It's the 5th goal of the game, and we're not even at the half-hour mark. The cheerleaders are back, because Albirex are in front again. Only minutes after Tampines had equalised.
Ridiculous game of football. This is just lovely work by Komaki. You get Yokokawa on the overlap, and again Shasha Hiran just gets caught out of position there. He's well away from his position in central defence, gets dragged out, and Yamashita is going to be a little bit quicker to be switched on to the run of Tadanari Lee, who sees that opportunity. He's a little bit more optimistic in that sense. He sees that opportunity, gets to that ball ahead of the central defender.
We mentioned about Tadanari Lee and perhaps not as many goals as many might expect from such an experienced campaigner. That is his 7th goal of this season. A couple of smiles now on their faces, but just the way this is going, Roshan, who knows what's going to happen next? I can't imagine what the coaches must be feeling about this. Certainly from a spectator's point of view, this is exactly what you want.
I mean, it's been great. Who cares about the coaches? This is what you want to see. I mean, this is more like it, like first against second, you know, a title at stake. There's a bit of a follow through there. Tadanari Lee with the high boot. Starts into the head of Yamashita. They have to be enjoying this. Oh, Taufik's here. Those were that longer balls that I was talking about in the build-up to this, where they'd be looking to try and hit Taufik into those channels. Made a good run there, Taufik Suparno.
Well, Gavin will be a lot happier, I suppose, now than he was 27 minutes ago, though of course his team has just conceded again. But you feel that at least they've put themselves right back in this, and whenever they come forward, they almost score again. That was Saifullah with the effort.
Well, he came close. He certainly had Hassan Sani scrambling. Really nice set-piece routine. Did you see that? Nakamura just tried to offer that short option. There was a dummy, stepped over it, allowed it to roll back towards Joel Chu. Then as it fell to Saifullah, and just wanted to have a go at goal. It's been so even there in that department as well. 6 shots for Albirex, 5 for Tampines.
Ryan Sanizal, one of the goal scorers, up to Yasser, who nods it on to Taufik Suparno. Saifullah, Taufik. Not quite the searching ball this time. Reminder again that while both sides are not at full strength, it is Tampines missing a number of key regulars. Seya Kunori. Take a big deflection, it will be a corner. So 14 goals after the very early 2 that he scored.
Could have gone level with Kopritovic had he put that penalty away.
Still alive here for Albirex. That looks to be going in! Albirex have their 4th, and it's their other central defender, Kishimoto, who's on the score sheet. 4-2. That 2-goal lead is restored.
That's a great header. It comes back out to Shota Yokoyama. Wonderful ball, whipped back in. And this time Kishimoto gets away from Ryan Sanizal. What a leap. Climbs well, hangs in there, and then directs it into the far corner of the net. Brilliant finish from Kishimoto, who for large parts of this season I figured should have scored a few more goals. With the his ability in the air at set pieces, that one just his 2nd of the season.
Yep. It is. Getting a goal about every 6 minutes, not even that, by the way. That's where we are at the moment in this match.
And this is, by the way, the 2 best sides defensively as well in the league.
This is incredible. It really is. Kind of match. But, I mean, if you're Gavin Lee, you'll be tearing your hair out, or should you fall back valiantly?
Yep.
You look to have got a grip on this game from 2 goals down. And within minutes, it's all gone. 28th minute, I think they scored the 2nd goal.
And we were talking about Yasser Hanapi and the role that he's played to help his side get back on level terms. He's going to have to try and do it again.
So it's effectively where we were about 30-odd minutes ago. Remember, it could have been worse had the penalty been scored by Seya Kunori. Yes, far as from I suppose the one thing that they'll tell themselves is we've done it before, we can do it again. Joel Chu. He's getting that ball stuck on his feet. You don't want to be doing that. Getting caught out again. Sanizal, what's he doing up there? Here's Faris. Yokokawa right in his tail, Glenn Quay. Now Nakamura to Joel Chu. Slipped in. Ryan Sanizal.
Yep, it was.
What's he doing? Just incredible. Pull, required a good save out of Hassan Sani. I guess that answers my question. That's what he's doing there.
A really good effort. Good effort from Ryan Sanizal, and you see what he's trying to do as well. It's not like he's just thought, I'm just going to hit it as hard as I can. He's actually going for the far corner. He's made Hassan work for that save.
Got that away for now, Albirex. Comes off Glekwe. Here's Yamashita for Tampines Rovers. Looking to get themselves back into this game once again. Shahiran. Good work there from Yokokawa. A little tug there perhaps from Faris Ramli. To have had a little bit of a battle today. Now Joel Chu, sure would probably prefer to be further up, so nice ball out to Taufik Suparno. Ball on the forward.
Yeah, just a little bit unfortunate with the bounce of that Taufik Suparno, but again, it was that sort of run, offering himself as that direct option for a longer pass forward. Got his body in the way as well, just a little bit unfortunate with that bounce coming off his arm.
I think he's been doing today in absence of Boris Kapitovic.
Yeah, I mean, big boots to fill, right? Boris Kapitovic not in there. Two very different players. He's doing what I expected of him, which was to make those runs into the channels, make those runs in behind. So occupy those Albirex central defenders, try and get them into areas of the pitch they don't really want to be in, especially when Albirex push their fullbacks into attacking positions.
There's Haria. This pass is intercepted by Joel Chu. Faris. Out wide here to Yasser Hanapi. Slides that in towards Saifullah. Goes down, no foul. Chuki Yoshimura to get that up towards Seiya Konori. Oh, that didn't look good. Ryan Sanizal, has he caught Tadanari Lee in the face? It's going to be a yellow card, and you can already see what Seiya Konori is asking for.
There was definitely contact with the face.
This might be something quite bad. Not just for the man on the ground there, Tadanari Lee, but Tampines Rovers could be in some trouble.
It is very high. There is that follow through, and he just connects with Tadanari Lee.
Apologise if you're hearing things you probably want to. What's your opinion, Roshan? Is that a red card?
It could be. I think what might save him is that they might view this as there wasn't really any excessive force in that, in terms of him going, there is a high boot here. He's connected with the ball first, and then there is that follow through.
Right.
So
rather than a straight direct.
It's not as if he's sort of completely missed the ball and then kicked Tadanari Lee in the head, in that sense.
Who also kind of leaned down.
Kind of leaned down a little bit.
Yeah.
It is high. It is definitely a high boot.
Right.
I mean, again, it comes down to the interpretation of the referees.
Yeah.
how they see that situation. Because things like the force of the challenge will also come into it.
Good news is that he's up and about. He's okay. And just hold on here, says Jansen Fu. He's waiting to be told whether that could be. Oh, he's going to review.
Right, so the video match official obviously feels that it's something that should be looked at.
Again, ball first, and then it's that follow through that catches Tadanari Lee.
It's bouncing.
As you're saying, mitigating circumstances, at least he didn't hit him directly in the face, right? And he's also just going down a little bit, heading down. And the case for the defense, I'm saying.
I'm trying to figure out here whether it's is it dangerous? Is it reckless? Where does that sort of fall in terms of the interpretation of this situation? And it's going to differ as well from referee to referee. And that's why he has to review it and decide for himself. There you go.
Okay. Free kick.
Yeah.
And there's already a yellow card there given earlier, of course, to Ryan Sanizal. And it's a sigh of relief from Tampines Rovers just before half-time, already trailing by 2. If they were down to 10, well, that would have made it almost an impossible mountain to climb, you'd feel. Here is Tadanari Lee, the man who was fouled. We'll have a fair bit of added time now, you'd think, after a couple of VAR checks. Faris Rumley on the ball. Tell you what, if that had been a sending off, we would have had absolutely everything you could have in this first half.
Yeah. I think he's made the right call.
The referee.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, we'll talk about that in a bit, because here comes Tadanari Lee. Well, Tadanari Lee, that ball was just behind him, excuse me. From we mentioned the neutrals earlier as well. From their point of view, they'll be quite relieved as well that this is still 11 against 11.
Yeah, and again, listen, another referee on another day would have shown him the red. Would have looked at it and thought, yeah, enough for a sending off.
And again, you wouldn't necessarily be saying bad decision, because you can see the argument for.
You can see the argument for. But if I were there, I would have stuck with the yellow card. That would have been me.
8 minutes of added time we have in this first half, with everything that has happened. 6 goals, a few VAR checks. Up towards Taufik Suparno. Here's Haria. Not much time on the board. Oh, Tampines will be hoping to get another goal on the score sheet again if they can. Nakamura. Here's Saifullah. Slips that in towards Nakamura, but it's just too much on it.
He just gets a bit of free space there, Saifullah. But that run was easily read by Koki Kawachi. It wasn't a very good pass as well into Nakamura.
Saifullah didn't start the season very regularly, did he? Didn't play very much, and then has sort of been getting a run, but he's played in a variety of positions. You prefer him centrally or a bit further wide?
Well, in this Tampines system anyway, even if you're Joel Chu or Saifullah, for example, Joel Chu, we saw him play on the left early on before coming inside. And even though you play in the wider areas, you're not really a wide player, not really a winger. You're asked to move into more central positions because that's how they set up Tampines Rovers. That's how they play in possession. So you're coming inside, infield anyway.
There's a shot of Boris Kapitovic. You can only look on, I'm sure, with some frustration. Now, he's on the bench today. And whether we will see him in the second half, that's a big question. Not clear whether he has fully recovered from that shoulder injury he sustained in the last match against Geylang International. But Roshan, given that we've already built this as a must-win, and they're trailing by 2, even a half fit, you think you'd have to try and throw him on, right? Throw the dice? Assuming he is in some kind of state to play.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Obviously, you have people out there saying if he's on the bench, then he should be fit enough to play. That isn't always the case.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you put players in there to
psychological
to say that he could come in. The other coach might be thinking, hey, maybe he's fit enough. Maybe that's an option. You know, just to play mind games a little bit, and also to be there as part of the squad. You know, what is his impact in the dressing room? That's another consideration to sort of think about. Again, he's on the bench. Whether he actually features, only him and his coaching staff will know.
But is it assuming he has got some fitness, he can play a part?
Is it worth the risk?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I don't know, because what if you aggravate it and it becomes worse, and then you lose him for a potential AFC Cup campaign and a potential Singapore Cup campaign?
Yeah.
So Tampines have actually got other competitions to be a part of this season, other targets to go for. And sometimes you kind of need to look at the bigger picture. Coaches might say before every game, yeah, we take it game by game, but there is some planning, I assure you.
You mentioned 2 campaigns there that they're still involved in. Both of them start not too long away, in fact. August, September onwards. The 2 cups mentioned, AFC Cup and Singapore Cup. Just runs away from Yokokawa. And I think it was interesting because we were also talking about Lion City Sailors in the mix here. They're 3rd place and of course mathematically in with a chance, but we were wondering, of course, who they want to win this match, what suits them better. A few weeks ago they would have said hopefully Tampines can do them a favour, and now perhaps they're looking at Albirex to try and finish as the highest finishing local side.
Yeah, I mean, they themselves, the Lion City Sailors, have said that forget about the title for now, let's just go and try and chase down Tampines Rovers, and with that in mind, they probably want Albirex Niigata to win this, as that comes off Junki Yoshimura. Obviously, the ideal situation would be to see both sides lose this game. Get into a massive brawl where there's a points deduction, perhaps. That's what they'll be hoping for. That's highly unlikely to happen.
Get the connection with wanted Yamashita. It's Komaki, and that comes off Joel Chu. Still about 3 minutes, just under that, left in this first half. And puff the cheeks there from Yoshinaga. It has been that type of first half. In fact, we've gone the longest period without a goal. What's going on?
Have all the goals gone?
It's just dried up, isn't it? Here's Joel Chu. Yasser. Now Nakamura. Saifullah looking to get that up towards Faris, presumably. Faris. free kick. It's going to be a booking as well here. Kishimoto. No, it was actually Yokoyama. Free kick now in the last minute and a half.
Just a stray arm there from Shola Yokoyama, and that's what I've said in the build-up to this game as well, in the pre-match show, about Faris Ramli. So good at winning free kicks in these areas. Won the penalty as well for his side. Very intelligent footballer.
Well, this can give them a real chance here to get a third. Tampines Rovers inside the final few seconds of this first half. Looks like they've cleared the danger. So 53-minute mark has been hit. Tampines Rovers still looking for one more attack. And Jansen Fu puts pay to that frustration, as you can see from Yase Hanapi. Frustration, I'm sure, for Tampines Rovers fans after coming back from 2 goals down. What a start we had from Albirex Niigata.
Yeah, what a game we've had so far between these two sides. Lots of goals, lots of entertainment, attacking football. Credit Tampines for coming back the way they did, but Albirex Niigata back in control.
So halftime here at Jurong East Stadium. Albirex Niigata 4, Tampines Rovers 2. We've got a halftime show for you coming up. This is the scene right now at Jurong East Stadium. Albirex Niigata are leading Tampines Rovers 4-2 in a top-of-the-table clash in the SPL. We hope you've managed to catch your breath, because we had to run over here and Russian, not just because of that, but what a rip-roaring first 45 we saw.
Great game, very entertaining game of football between these two sides, and we were wondering whether it was going to be a bit of a cagey contest, but obviously that all changed after 10 seconds into the match, and goals changed games. Complexion of the match completely got flipped on its head. I mean, you just have a look at this here from kickoff, straight from kickoff. Tadanari Lee with the press, putting Shahiran under that pressure. They're taking it off him and then getting his head up, picking out his strike partner, Seiya Kunori. Lovely finish. I mean, he's kicked that into the ground. Takes a bit of a deflection, I think, off Yamashita on its way through as well for the opening goal. And yes, that was 10 seconds in. Let's have a look at that clock there. 5 seconds, 6 the moment Tadanari wins it. And then by the time it ends up in goal, Seiya Kunori. Then the number 10 seconds in, putting them 1-0 up. What a start, a dream start for Albirex Niigata.
Probably just as well he hit it into the ground as well.
That's right.
As Ridwan Baradin was diving to his right-hand side. And look, it was not much more than that when they scored the second. What a finish this is. This has got to be one of the best goals of the season.
Brilliant from Kunori. Eyes on the ball all the way through. It's a straight ball over the top. From back to front. Never takes his eyes off that. Falls onto his left boot, and that is struck so sweetly. Look at this. It's such a difficult finish. It's a low quality chance, and he's put that away brilliantly.
I tell you what, the nightmare really could have been even worse for Tampines Rovers when there was this penalty given in the 7th minute of play.
Could have been 3-0. It's the right call by the referee here. You can see Nakamura's arms extended out away from his body, and there's the contact with his arms there. And the referee was well positioned. It was checked in the background. Penalty confirmed. Great save from Ridwan. You just have a look at him. It's also pure focus from him. From a goalkeeping perspective, he's watching the kicker, and he actually takes one step towards his left, and then a second to make the save.
There was a stirring fight back, wasn't there, from Tampines Rovers? They finally got some time on the ball and were rewarded. This was a penalty that was eventually given to Tampines.
Yeah, well done, to the team of officials, the video match officials, picking that one out very well, calling for an on-field review, and you can see quite clearly from the replay there was a stamp there. He was late, Yokokawa, with that challenge on Faris Ramli. 100% the right decision, awarding the penalty, and it gave Tampines Rovers a way back in this match. Up stepped the captain, Yase Hanapi, and he put this away really nicely. I think he puts disguise on this penalty, which is what sends Hassan Sani the wrong way. And it's a very good finish under pressure, because he knows how big that moment is, how big that goal is, and just closes off his hips as he makes a connection with the ball. Initially opens them up, and then as he connects, he closes it off and goes the other side.
Well, this marked a very good period for Tampines Rovers, and they got their second. A fine ball in and a great finish from Ryan Sanizal.
It's a very good cross from Glenn Quay. Picks out his target really well. Ryan Sanizal playing it right back this evening. Knows that he's got to use the right-hand side because he's the only player there. They've shifted everyone into central positions. You see Saiful Akbar there as well on the left-hand side of the penalty area. And that's opened up a bit of a gap for Ryan Sanizal to squeeze a header in. That's a very good finish from that young man. The angle is difficult. It's a tight space to try and get it into, but he was able to find the back of the net there.
Well, it didn't really last very long. Just 3 minutes then equalised before Tadanari Lee gave them the lead again, Albirex.
Yeah, they're all over the place defensively. Shahiran once more gets caught out of position, and then Yamashita, a central defensive partner, just switches off, allows Tadanari Lee to get the run ahead of him. Slides in and gets a touch. Enough of an important touch on that to beat Ridwan.
Well, the problems were compounded for Tampines Rovers when Shunsaku Kishimoto then added a fourth.
He's got a free run at this, Kishimoto. Initially, as the first ball comes in and it's played back out again to Yokoyama, you see Kishimoto move away from his marker, Ryan Sanizal, and then he knows he's not been marked. And he can compete for this, I say compete, but he can go up for this header unchallenged, basically. It's a very good finish as well, full of power, great leap, and gives Albirex Niigata that nice 2-goal cushion again.
Perhaps sparing on shots, but not on goals. Look at those conversion rates. Anything we can glean from this, really?
finishing's been excellent this evening from both these sides, especially Albirex Niigata. But yeah, it's been a really good game of football so far, and you know it sort of turned into the game that we hoped it would be, in a sense. Obviously going 2-0 up, we thought it was going to be 3-0, and then there was that drama, Tampines getting themselves back to 2-all. And then now Albirex Niigata with a cushion. But it sets us up nicely for the second half, because Tampines have really got to go for it.
Yeah, can't wait for that. We have got another match going on this evening at Jalan Besar Stadium. DPMM are up against Geylang International. And it was Geylang who took the lead here against a brittle DPMM defence, it has to be said, this season.
Yeah, it was Gareth Lowe there with the opener. Yushi Amaya here with the cross. Really good quality on that cross. Great finish from Gareth Lowe to get the opener there for Geylang, who are chasing a top 4 spot.
So we'll keep you abreast of what's going on there. But here in this game, Roshan, we kind of speculated a little bit during the match about Boris Kapitovic having to come on now. I mean, they've got to throw something on, right? They've got to roll the dice a bit.
It really depends on how fit Boris Kapitovic is and whether it's worth the gamble here. But they have to do something. They have to go and try and win this game. So again, as I said, it's set up nicely for the second half.
Well, let's see if we have another breathtaking start to the second half as we did in the first. The pom-poms are out, the cheerleaders are happy. Albirex Niigata leading Tampines Rovers 4-2. Welcome back to Jurong East Stadium with Albirex Niigata leading 4-2 against Tampines Rovers. in what has been a very, very good match to watch. Probably not if you're a purist and like your defense is nice and solid. And you just feel with the way things have shaped up, there still could be more entertainment along the way. That man there could and probably should have had a hat-trick. His third was a missed penalty. But Tampines Rovers know they've done it once before in this match, coming from 2 goals down. Can they do it again? They need a win though, remember we said. This will be looked at as a must-win game if they want to stand any chance of fighting for the title. I can tell you there's another match that's going on. Shofua is on. He's been a regular left back and he replaces Keito Haria. Riku Fukashiro is coming on to replace Junki Yoshimura. My goodness, Roshan, this is the kind of reserves that they have, the depth in this squad.
Yeah, no real surprises with those changes actually. Keito Haria I thought was struggling at left back for Albirex, and now they've got more of a natural option in there in Shofua, and then Junki Yoshimura tends to leave after the first half, and Riku Fukashiro tends to come on and make a huge impact for them. A very exciting player. Love watching him. He carries a real goal threat and creates chances as well. Great pace, very direct. And there's an update from Jalan Besar.
Yeah, Naufal Azman, just after first half, just after the restart I should say, has added a second for Gelang against DPMM. They are looking to finish in the top half of the table again in consecutive seasons. Now, if you do it as it stands, right now, Albirex Niigata will be on 50 points. There would be 6 clear of Tampines Rovers with a match in hand. Gelang International would be just 3 points behind Balestier Khalsa. The 2 teams that are in winning position at the moment.
And Gelang, if I'm not mistaken, have a game coming up against Balestier as well.
Yeah, and the last one was very entertaining. Lots to play for still in the SPL. Here's Saifullah. No changes for Tampines Rovers. So for those hoping to see Boris Kapitovic, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. Perhaps not even going to appear. Let's see. There's Ryan Sanizal, Nakamura. They're scrapping for the ball. Fukashiro. Yasir. Gets it up to goal. Joel Chu. Now Nakamura. Saifullah. Given away by Shah Shahiran cheaply. Now back with Albirex, Tadanari Lee. Does really well, doesn't he? Seiya Konori. Just too much on there for Fukashiro.
Shah was just overpowered there by Konori. Good work by the number 10 of Albirex Niigata. See Shah trying to be physical with him, but just getting nowhere. Konori able to just spin him.
Here's Nakamura. Well, it's a through ball. Faris Ramli. Oh, he was quick, wasn't he, Hassan Sani?
Yeah. I was just going to pick that out, Shez. The speed, Hassan Sani here. As he rushes out, jumps right at it. That's brave goalkeeping. He's hurt his captain in the process, but he has to absolutely go for that, Hassan Sani. And you can see with the way he approaches it, he really throws himself at things, right? You can kind of understand why he's had all those knocks and injuries in recent weeks.
Literally about to say, he's had some tough times in the last few months, hasn't he?
Look at him there. Just takes that opportunity. Look at him spread himself quickly. Very brave. Just a bit of a heavy first touch from Fares. It can't make the good connection on the second.
You know, Roshan, I know we say it a lot, but Hassan Sani is by far and away Singapore's top goalkeeper still, and he's not far from 40.
No, I mean,
it's outstanding.
He's been incredible, Hassan Sani. A lot of credit has got to go to him. The way he's taken care of himself throughout his career. But also, you have to ask the question of where's everyone else?
Right.
What's everyone else doing?
Yeah.
What are all the other goalkeepers?
You're saying, what does that say about the rest?
Who's really pushing for that? Because if you're a younger goalkeeper coming through in the league, there's an opportunity.
You'd be fancying your chances, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you've got a goalkeeper here who's 39. Yes, he's playing good football, and he wants to play until he's 55 or whatever. But you have to be pushing that. You have to look at that as an opportunity to try and take that #1 spot away from him.
Right. Zarfan Rahaizad at the moment is probably the next, right?
Well, Shazwan Buhari is probably good. He's had a good season, but perhaps one of the things that might go against him on the international stage is still, say, a lack of height in that regard.
We don't really have too many tall goalkeepers in Singapore.
Yeah, we used to be blessed. I say we, obviously speaking from a Singaporean perspective. The national team used to be blessed with goalkeeping talent. At one point, it was really a tough fight to see who would. I mean, got the #1 jersey.
It's interesting. You and I mean, Rizwan Mahmood. I mean, he's obviously a lot older now, but he was not so long ago fighting with Hassan Sani for that #1 spot.
He's been unlucky with injury as well, Rizwan Mahmood.
Corner up the other end for Albirex Niigata. Oh, almost ghosting in there. Again, it's that centre-back Kishimoto who scored earlier. Ryan Sanizal was with him in the one that he scored, and was with him there again. He's got on the ball both times. Kishimoto, nicely done by Taufik.
No, he just wanted to do a little bit too much with that. The moment he turned, I should have gotten it out to Yase.
Going to be a corner, much to the annoyance of Shofua.
Yeah,
it definitely came off.
Yeah, definitely. That's good work from Saifullah. You know, didn't give up on that.
Saifullah. That took a bit of a deflection, didn't it? It did. He gives up the protest very quickly, so probably not.
Yeah, he was trying to claim there was a touch. He just didn't connect with it very well. Set himself up for it.
Yeah, when you look at the bench, Roshan, in terms of game changers, in terms of goal scorers outside of Kapitovic, a little bit bare, isn't it, for Tampines Rovers?
Yeah, they don't have really those options, and it's something we've spoken about a lot this season. The lack of goal scoring contributions from midfield in general and from elsewhere. I mean, even central defense. In terms of Yamashita, just the 1 goal. As compared to someone like Kawachi, who's got 5. And even Kishimoto's got 2 now.
Yeah, you take out the 3 youngsters they've got in there. They've got Zlatkovic, who's a centre-back. Firdauss Kazman is a holding mid. Here's Taufik. Then you've got Saif Firdauss, also very much a defensively minded player. Good distributor, but not what they need right now necessarily further up the pitch. And then Boris Kapitovic.
They've gotten unlucky, Tampines, with the injury issues hurting them in these crucial weeks of the campaign. If they were at full strength, at least having a Boris Kapitovic up front would have made a difference. He's got a great goal scoring record against Albirex Niigata.
Going to have, well, just talked about changes. There is going to be one very shortly.
And it's going back to Zlatkovic as well, who's been a huge miss for them in central defence.
And that's who's about to come on cue.
I mean, they've already
moved Shahiran
into midfield. They've already conceded 4. And then bring a central defender in Zlatkovic. This perhaps pushes, as you said, Shah into midfield.
He's not started many, has he, Zlatkovic, in recent times?
He's had a bit of an injury issue.
And so Zlatkovic, he's come off the bench at moments, hasn't he? But not ideal.
Missed a few games as well. Here's another look at this incident here. Taufik and Ogawa happened right in front of the referee. Just decided to play on. Ogawa wasn't too happy with it.
This angle.
Ooh, there's that studs down the shin.
So that change now. Saifullah is off. Miloš Zlatkovic comes on.
He's a good player, Zlatkovic. Really was a good signing made by Tampines. Very solid with him and Yamashita at the back. Now Shah gets pushed into midfield alongside Nakamura. This is more like the Tampines that started out the season.
Yeah. The one player that's missing is the key one, isn't it, right now? There he is. Thank you. Thank you very much, guys. A wonderful production team with us today. And he can only, I mean, you feel for him because he can only look on in frustration at this situation, he'd probably thinking, might maybe influence this match. And yet here I am on the bench.
Oh, he'll be annoyed. He'll be wanting to be out there.
Do you think he's doing the old warm-up in front of the coach soon?
No, but really, he's just got to weigh out whether he's actually fit enough, first of all, to play, and the context of the game. I think maybe if he was fit and it was 4-3 or 4-all and they were going for the win, then it might be worth a bit of a risk, last 10-15 minutes or so, perhaps. But then again, I come back to the point about you have to think longer term as well, because they've got Singapore Cup after this league season, they've got AFC Cup to think about, and you want them to be fit for those competitions as well.
Yeah, Tampines Rovers will feel, at least in the ASEAN zone, that they might put themselves in a real opportunity there to go far in the competition. Shahiran further up the pitch as we see. Yasir. Now Kyoga Nakamura. Back to the skipper. Faris. Very tight in those areas. Nicely done by Yasir. Here's Glenn Quay. Oh, lovely little header there from Shahiran to Joel Chu. Oh, that was late from Yasir. Only one thing that's going to happen. He took exception to that, Riku Fukushiro. Oh, he's not happy.
Oh, Hassan is unhappy as well.
He immediately raced out of his area when he saw this happen.
That's very late. Very, very late on Fukushiro. And we've seen this from...
I was just going to say, this is not unusual.
No, it's not. Isn't it? We've seen this from Yase quite often.
What were you mentioning earlier about the
Making up for that?
So it's a yellow card. Well, they're still pointing at each other. Words being exchanged. You can understand Fukashiro's reaction to that was very, very late from Yasir. And I think Jansen, is he going to have a further chat? And he's trying to be, just trying to diffuse the situation. That's good, right? You don't want to just give the card and get on with the game. If you see that there's lingering malice or lingering ill feeling, you want to just tamp that down.
Well, that's what he's trying to do, but you look at that, and Yase is not really backing down. He's just been forced into a handshake with Fukashiro.
And look, credit here to Fukashiro, who was the aggrieved party. Common sense prevailing there. Talking of which, Yasir, he needs to stay on the pitch, Roshan.
He does.
Remember, there was a scare earlier for Ryan Sunny's out. He'll afford to be down to 10 men. Here's Faris Ramli. Oh, lovely ball back to Faris. I suppose if we were looking at attacking options, would there be a case for perhaps getting another left back on and pushing Glencoe further forward? I'm trying to be creative here.
Yeah, but then you look at their bench as well, and who's the other left back that you'd be talking about? Maybe Adam Rifty can play there.
Right,
He's more
but again, square peg, round hole. Here's Shah. Also, who would you take off, right?
Yeah. Because Faris already is occupying space on the left, and he's looked very good down that side of the pitch.
Yeah. Again, it's fair to say that, again, one of these maybe 3 or 4 teams who know their first 11 to 13 players and use them a lot, rely on them heavily.
Yeah. And the thing that, see, just stepping across the line of the run there is Yokokawa on Faris. And we touched on this as well in the build-up to this game. The pre-match show, we spoke about Yoshinaga using his squad well in the run-in, making all those changes to his lineup, which is not something we usually see from him. He tends to stick to a solid 11.
Hassan Sani gets something on that. There will be a corner.
But it's paying dividends. You look at their matches over the last few weeks or so. There were 3 games in a row, as we have another look at this. Good touch on by Hassan Sani with 3 games in a row where he made 4 changes to his starting lineup. And then 6 changes for this one,
which
after
is the
Young Lions game.
Certainly the most he's made all season.
He's kept his players fresh for the big matches. He's looked at, and this is where they might say again, go back to coaches saying 1 game at a time. No, they're looking at the schedule thinking, where can I make those changes?
Tafik getting something on that.
And to their credit, Albirex Niigata, the players like Komatsu, who've not started lots of matches, like Fukashiro and so on, when they've come on and when they've come in, given those opportunities to start games, they've been excellent. Attitude from the squad has been absolutely spot on.
Yeah. Absolutely no doubt. I think that's one of the hallmarks of Albirex Niigata. Professionalism, attitude of this club side, who've the last 8 years or so have just really taken the league by storm. Yokokawa. There's Seiya Kunori back on the ball. There's just an extra touch there, but now here come Tampines Rovers.
Oh, need to go a little bit earlier. Perhaps Taufik Suparno was expecting Yase to actually get that under control a little bit earlier. Made the run. He was in an offside position as it was played through.
Wonder what he is thinking at the moment. Gavin Lee. As of now, it does look like another season where they're going to fall just a little bit short. Yamashita. Shah. Here's Faris. Slips it into Yasir. Making a change, and I think Tadanari wasn't too happy with when that happened. Shuto Komaki is off. Ryo Takahashi comes on.
Well, that's that defensive change with Ryo Takahashi coming on. The body in that back line. Sayoko Kawa perhaps moving into midfield as Ryo Takahashi slots in it right back.
That's the scary part. Yokokawa has started the season as a central midfielder. He's a brilliant player, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a good player. He's not really one that that really catches the eye. I wouldn't go into games saying, you know, I love watching Yokokawa play, but he's very effective.
Yeah, that's what he gets the job done. He's effective. And he's been very good at when he's had to fill in that right back ahead of Takahashi.
Yeah, look, that was to me one of the key moments in the season for Albirex Niigata, when Yoshinaga figured out that was the best system for him, the best formula for him to get the best out of his players available, was to move Asai Yokokawa out to right back. And then in there was Ogawa and Shora Yokoyama in those positions. And Yokoyama has been excellent in that central midfield role. Buzzes around the pitch. He's so important in how he dictates the tempo of the play for Albirex Niigata, creates chances, scores goals for them as well. He's got that flexibility to even play in one of the wider positions, but he's made that central midfield role his own. Pushing Kunori and Tadanari Lee up front, and the two of them forming that partnership. Because remember, Ryo Takahashi actually started the season at right back.
Here come Albirex going forward. Kunori wanted the ball earlier. Goes down Zlatkovic on him. Joel Chu. He's trying to get that back up to Taufik Suparno. Still a fair bit of time in this match. Yasir, he's gone for goal! Oh, that was close! Crashing against the crossbar. Looked to have beaten Hassan Sani. That's the closest they've got in the second half. But they make no mistake here. Faris Ramli, between the defenders, heads in. They should have scored perhaps 30 seconds earlier. The Tampines Rovers make no mistake with that one. It's 4-3 now.
Good run from Faris Ramli. This is that intelligence that I'm talking about. Just occupies that space in there. Nice quality on that ball played in. I think it's Kyoga Nakamura, isn't it, that it comes out to. Lots of time and space to send across into the box. Well weighted. Neatly tucked away. And you've got Kishimoto just getting caught out that he's saying to Takahashi, you should have been there, should have tracked that run.
9th goal of the campaign for Faris Ramli. And that will be just the boost they need with just over 20 minutes to go here. Urgency injected back into the game.
Yeah, it had gone a little bit stale, a little bit flat. It's going to make things very exciting, very interesting now.
I remember a little discussion we had about Boris Kapitovic maybe getting twitchy at 4-3. 4-all, let's see. Nakamura overhits that one. Well, they've shown fight, Roshan, after some rather questionable defending at times, Tampines Rovers.
They have. I still think it's been a very good season for Tampines Rovers. The fact that they're in second spot and they've pushed Albirex Niigata, it should be the Lion City Sailors.
Right. By a long way, right?
By a long way. In terms of resources, the Albirex have had to make do with, Tampines Rovers. Well, Albirex as well, but Tampines Rovers. Oh, I'll come back to that.
Someone got through. Sekunori! That's taken a deflection.
What a challenge by Ryan Sanizal. Now that is covering. Excellent covering work by Ryan Sanizal. Yamashita gets caught out here. Look at that. You spoke about Albrex's attitude. That's brilliant from Ryan Sanizal. Absolutely right to celebrate it as well.
Such a crucial challenge, that one. Again, could be another key moment in this. Another corner from Albirex. Remember, Tampines, the last 2 goals that they conceded came off the back of them scoring, and they were looked a little bit vulnerable there. Want to keep their focus, to give themselves a shot of at least equalising. These fans here will have just felt that little boost after the goal from Faris Rumley. Ridwan opting to punch. Ryan Sanizal clears.
We've just had to find a different strategy, a different way to compete, Tampines Rovers as a club, and they've done it well. I mean, bringing in young Singaporean talent. Some of them on those 5-year contracts.
Yeah. Joel Chu and Shah Shahiran, right?
Yeah. Keeping faith with Gavin as the coach. And it's working out well for them. And it makes it a better league for all of us watching on. You've got 3 teams instead of it being a 2-horse race. You've got 3 teams in there. Tampines, Albirex and the Sailors competing. Tampines play some really good football. Albirex, excellent to watch. Another great club. And then Kishimoto might just lose this to Faris Rumley.
Here is Shah. Gets it out to Faris Rumley. Cuts inside. That is a glorious save from Hassan Sunny.
What a save. Great ball from Shah. This is what he can do when pushed into midfield. Picks out this pass into Faris. Wonderful work. Just skips past that. There was a little leg dangling out from Kishimoto. And you look at his reaction. The moment Hassan saves this, he's so grateful for that. I mean, Nakamura wants it played back into him, but I think Faris has got every right to have a go for goal.
They're pushing here, Tampines. They get another one now. Oh, becomes very enticing indeed. Yamashita, did he get something on that? Away by Tadanari Lee. It's gone up the ground. Everyone inside this half for now. Shah Shahiran. Needs to be a better pass towards Yasir. That is, well, I was going to say, initially incredible control from Sekunori.
That's going to quite follow up on that first touch.
Joel Chu. Once again, find themselves a little bit under pressure here, Albirex. There's going to be a change for the home side. Tadanari Lee is going to make way shortly. Foul by Yokokawa. He's had a fine game, hasn't he, Tadanari Lee? Another goal, another assist. We are blessed to have someone like him in our league, aren't we? Really are, Tadanari Lee.
Yeah, I think it was a big signing when he came into the club. It was a good one, and I think they needed players like that, you know, to come in. It's a very young side, and Tadanari Lee with his wealth of experience, you know, leading them along and helping them in the day-to-day. When Komatsu comes in, he's explosive up front. Keto Komatsu, incredible goal-to-minute ratio.
That's not a bad player to bring on for Tadanari Lee. One of the marquee names in the SPL. It's not a bad forward line, isn't it? With Komatsu, Kunori and Fukushiro. Enviable.
Brilliant.
Really, isn't it?
Great quality in there.
Yeah, our production crew there on the ground just giving us an indication that as of now, Kapitovic looks like he's not going to feature today, not in his kit, not warming up. Zlatkovic goes back to Ridwan Baudin, who overall, Russian has not really been called to action that much, has he?
In the second half?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's been a bit of a strange second half in a sense. Like, at times the pace has kind of dipped. It hasn't been as end-to-end as it was in the first, but naturally you can understand that. Teams go into the halftime break. There's a bit of a reset. And Albirex with that 2-goal lead. Obviously, the message would be, don't take too many risks, don't take too many chances. And that's given Tampines an opportunity to get a lot more of the ball. But still, it's trying to find more ways to break down this Albirex defensive block now.
Kunori dispossessed. Here's Yamashita. On to Glenn Quay. Now Yasir. Faris. Taufik. Here's Joel Chu. Could have been just a little over-enthusiasm or slash frustration for Joel.
It was a good, strong defensive play by Koki Kawachi. And Joel Chu initially was just trying to lift it over Kawachi. It was smart. Was able to keep a hold of that Koki Kawachi and then wins the free kick to ease the pressure on his side. It's pretty much all Tampines in possession. Albirex just going to have to try and keep their composure, hold their nerve.
Here's Zlatkovic. Now Joel Chu, Glenn Quay. Shah wants the ball. Looking for at least an equaliser here, Tampines Rovers. Probably won't be enough. Bigger picture. Force his way in there. Taufik Subarno.
And that was much better from Ryo Takahashi. He's got a cross. He's cut out the line of that run. Off Taufik Subarno. Got an in between Kishimoto and Takahashi. Still able to get something on that Taufik Suparno.
Not far away from the final 10 in this one. They come forward again. Komatsu. Here's Nakamura for Tampines Rovers. We've had a goal pulled back here, and of course it's once again their wonderkid, Hakimi Yazid, who scores for DPMM in the 84th minute. That could have a grandstand finish at Jalan Besar Stadium. There's a nice strategic spot there near the corner flag, just outside the stadium. A few fans in an elevated position.
The atmosphere has been very good as well. It's kind of similar to that Lion City Sailors game. And they're sitting on a vehicle of some sort.
Generator. Good view here of this corner that's about to be taken.
Pretty brave to be sitting on a generator.
Oh, ghosting in again at that far post, and that could well be it. The man who's come on not so long ago, Ryo Takahashi. The set pieces today have been very good for Albirex.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Tampines have been punished at the set pieces this evening. Just switching off once more from the corner routine. Takahashi, just look at how far he is, where he is there, on the outer edge of that penalty area. A couple of important things here, the way they draw Nakamura and their marker out. I think it's Ryan Sanizal who's in there. The way they draw them away from those central areas before making their run. There was also a block on Ryan Sanizal from the player who was with Takahashi. If we get that, maybe in the post-match, another look at the replay of that goal, you'll see that run, that run made by Takahashi and that blocking action on Ryan Sanizal.
Not the first time that's happened today. We saw Kishimoto do that as well, didn't we, for the previous goal?
Yeah, I mean, Ryan Sanizal has twice lost his marker in the corners for Tampines, and both of them have led to goals. Oh, Komatsu.
Komatsu through. Can he make it 6? Komatsu! Yes, he can. 2 goals in as many minutes, perhaps even less. And the celebrations can begin here at Jurong East.
Well, no Yoshinaga on the pitch this time, a little bit more composed. Muted celebrations from Yoshinaga. But yeah, that's it. Komatsu once again coming on off the bench and getting himself on the score sheet. Nice composure with the finish. He had a lot of time to think about this. Hard work there, takes it off Yamashita, sprints away. Time to pick his spot, set the goalkeeper down and slotted it past him.
Well, we talked about Keito Komatsu and just his goal-scoring prowess from a man who does not start now. Well, fourth official just having a quick word there with Yoshinaga.
He doesn't care. Nah. He'll just say, yeah, okay. He'll carry on with the party.
Ocean, he's got 12 goals this season. It's incredible, isn't it?
I'm telling you that goal-to-minute ratio is like 1 goal every 51 minutes or so. It's just phenomenal. The guy rarely starts games, and he's got 12 goals. Which is 1 behind, say, a Konori, who's a regular attacking player up front. No, coming into the game. Coming into this game. Obviously, Konori's extended their lead, but coming into this game, he was just one behind.
He's had a grand total of 2 starts in this league. 12 goals in about 570 minutes so far.
That ratio, by the way, will have improved now.
No, I've taken into account.
Yeah. So because of that, it will have improved by a little bit.
Oh, right, the ratio, yeah. Oh, by quite a bit, actually, wouldn't it? Joel Chu is gone off, and I think now, Roshan, and Glenn Quay, I think the writing's on the wall, and so Gavin is it's reflected perhaps now in making those changes.
Oh, that's it. I mean, I think the title's done, and the next thing you could probably focus on is the race for second spot. And I think that is going to be a big one between Tampines and Atlantic City Sailors. If I'm not mistaken, they got a game against each other to come as well. And Atlantic City Sailors really want to be the local side that finishes in the highest position in the league, and Tampines will want that as well.
So Reza Reski has now come on for a cameo along with Adam Rifdi. And out go Joel Chu and Glenn Quay.
It will be a big achievement for Tampines if they pipped the Atlantic City Sailors to second spot in the league.
Oh yeah, absolutely massive. I agree with you.
And you've got to think about continental competition for the next edition to come. What happens there remains to be seen.
Masaya Watanabe in for 2-goal hero. Seiya Konori could well have had a hat-trick today. There's a rescue there. Number 18, and there's number 69, Adam Rifdi. Adam with the run, not taken. Hassan Sunny just goes down. I think there was a little foot up there. Yasir connected with the goalkeeper.
He's taken a knock on the follow through as Hassan. This goes right through him. There's really no way he can avoid Yasir. He's just right in his path. There's another shot of Kopitovic looking on. What could have been, perhaps, had he not been injured in that last game against Geylang.
Yeah, he has other battles to fight.
What it could have been, perhaps, for Tampines Rovers had they also not lost likes of Slatkovic out to injury. It's been a very commendable title push by Tampines Rovers. Albirex Niigata once again just that incredible level of consistency, just far too good.
What about this man, Roshan? He just wins titles for fun.
Yeah, great record.
Yeah, fantastic move to bring him back to Singapore football last year. And he's done the league a lot. I mean, it's a lot of credit to him. What he does, what he brings to the league is tactical nous.
A title-winning machine, yeah. And also, like, I think he'll be one of the first as well to credit the development system in Japan, the ability to produce players. Is such a high level, and it's Asia, probably the best, right? Maybe Korea might be able to compete, but Japan are probably the best at developing players, and it's not just at an Asian standard, develop players to a world standard.
Right. You mentioned one of them, Earlier Karu Mitoma. Here is Yokokawa. Well, once he takes this Yoshinaga, he's going to surpass the man that you played under, Richard Bock, who had 4 league titles. Yes, Komatsu. You can see there, he's still hands in the A once more. Not a man that's easily satisfied.
Well, they're able to bring in a good quality of players to win titles at this level. Straight out of university. Some of them have played youth football for some top clubs in Japan.
Yeah.
And I've known for the longest time as well, ever since I was playing as well, there was talk about Albirex in the longer term wanting to become sort of a club that had more of a local presence in terms of the playing squad. That is something to keep an eye on. I mean, they've got academy teams, and if you're not interested in developing players and pushing them up into the senior squad, why have academy teams? And that's a bit of a hint at what could be coming down the line, perhaps.
And they've done their bit as well, haven't they, for local football by bringing in 6 or 7 Singaporeans each time. And Roshan, I think it's fair to say that any one of those that come through come out a better player at the end of their stint with Albirex.
Yeah, I think so. It's going to be interesting to see what they do next season, down the road, what the future holds for Albirex Niigata in terms of the composition.
We'll just correct myself and say that this will be the 4th title for Yoshinaga, which equals Richard Bock. But that's all academic right now. Only 2 minutes of added time. No more needed, because Albirex Niigata have put in a 6-star performance here. They have been excellent at the start and towards the end, in between some fight shown by Tampines Rovers, but a very entertaining match for about best part of an hour at least, Roshan, overall.
A very entertaining game of football. I mean, top 2 sides in the league with the best defenses, but also pretty good in attack, contributing to 9 goals overall. And it's been a lot of fun this evening. I think we've seen some good quality attacking, not always the best defending from both these sides.
Oh, this is nice to see, and almost an understanding pat there from Yoshinaga. Yeah, it might have been a different story.
It might have been different. I think Tampines have been a little bit unfortunate with the timing of injuries, but they have given it a really good push, and it's a credit to them. The kind of sort of character they show, 2-0 down and trying to fight, trying to work their way back into this game without the likes of Kapitovic and Zarkovic, who only came on a little bit later. Albirex, though, just too strong, too much quality in the squad overall to come away with a big win.
It ends here at Jurong East Stadium. Albirex Niigata 6, Tampines Rovers 3. Cast your minds back to the first 10 seconds of this match, right from kickoff. What a dream start this was for Albirex.
Yeah, Tadanari Lee here just pouncing on this error from Shah Shahiran. And then laying it back to Kunori. Takes a deflection of Yamashita on its way through. Wasn't the cleanest of contacts from Kunori, but he was able to just get enough on it to bounce it past Ridwan Barudin. Not too sure about sliding the knee slide celebration on this surface. Got up pretty quickly from that, but it was a great start.
A little bit scary. Well, to Kunori, obviously didn't have any after effects on that celebration. What about that for a finish?
Excellent finish from Seiya Kunori. And simple ball over the top. Has his eyes on it all the way through. Pure focus. What a connection on that hit. A great goal.
And it's so easily could and perhaps should have been 3 when Albirex were given a penalty.
Yeah, his arms were away from his body there. Kyoga Nakamura, referee well positioned, no hesitation, immediately awarded that. I don't think there were any complaints as well from Nakamura and the Tampines players.
Well, up stepped Kunori, but he was to be denied by Ridwan Barudin.
This is good goalkeeping from Ridwan Barudin. Good focus on that, watches the kicker, watches the how he opens his foot up, how he opens up his hip there, takes a first step towards the left and then makes a good save.
The fight back began with this penalty, which took a while to decide, but the right call was made.
Yep, absolutely the right call. You can see that stamp on the right foot of Faris Ramli. Asahi Yokokawa it was who committed that foul. On-field review, coming to the right decision. And this was the way back for Tampines Rovers, with Yase Hanapi stepping up to put this away very well. And a big moment here because there's high pressure in this situation. And set them up for that opportunity to get themselves level at 2-all. Really well taken penalty.
Pressure continued from Tampines, and a wonderful ball in from Glenn Quay into Ryan Sanizal.
Yeah, Faris Ramli has had a very good game. Excellent game. You just see what happens on that left-hand side there. He draws a couple of players towards him, and that frees up space for Glenn Quay to then set himself up for a cross. Good delivery, and then Ryan Sanizal, that's a really well-placed header.
More to come though, right not long after that equaliser. Just switching off at the back, weren't they, Tampines, as Tananari Lee made it 3.
Yeah, Shahiran just getting caught out on the far side, getting beaten easily by the combination on that side of the pitch of Komaki and Yokokawa. And then Tananari Lee sliding that home.
And just before, well, sorry, soon after that goal, look at this. They'd be really disappointed to have conceded yet again. Kishimoto with that header.
Yeah, it was the second ball of that corner routine, the second phase of the set piece, and Kishimoto was able to peel away from Ryan Sanizal and empower his header home.
Well, into the second half, and it was a bit of a lull, wasn't it? It needed something like this from Faris Ramli. Fine header. That came off the back of a nice shot from Yase Hanapi.
Yeah, needed a bit of a spark there. And Nakamura, again, with that time to put quality into the area, right into the head of Faris Ramli. It's a really good run, well positioned. Just glances it in to give Tampines a little bit of hope. 4-3 then. Didn't last very long though. Takahashi with a really good run and the finish. Ryan Sanizal again losing his marker, but it's good play from the set piece. Just have a look here. I think it's Watanabe. It might have been, I don't know, was it Komatsu perhaps there? I couldn't quite see his number. That just blocks the run on. Definitely not Komatsu. We just saw the 11 there, but it's one of the Albirex players. Just couldn't quite pick out the number with the glare, but he blocks off Ryan Sanizal and allows Takahashi to go in and put that away.
More shoddy defending, this time from Yamashita, giving the ball away to Komatsu, who scores his 12th goal of the season.
Yeah, it's great work from Komatsu. That doesn't give up on this at all. It's him putting Tampines under pressure. He puts 2 players under pressure. He gets his reward for that. And he has a lot of time to think about this. He keeps his composure. Nice control on the finish. And again, you just have a look at his final look up. That final one, knows where he's going to go with that. Gives the keeper the eyes a little bit, closes off his hips again with that finish into the far post.
So this, well, these are the stats for you. Very, very tight in the end, but not reflected in the scoreline.
Yeah, just Albirex Niigata deadly with the finishing, very effective in how they're able to kill off Tampines Rovers with the chances that they had. Both teams 12 shots each, 9 on target for Albirex Niigata, just half of them on target for Tampines Rovers.
There was another match on at Jalan Besar Stadium as Geylang International were up against DPMM. They got a goal through Gareth Lowe in the first half. That's the half-time score. And then into the second half. Remember, they're chasing 4th place here. And it was Naufa who made it